Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to mix paints. First, I am starting out with my primary colors, which are blue, red, and yellow. Then I'm going to be showing you guys how you can mix these colors in different combinations to get 3 new colors. First, we will mix blue and yellow, which will make green. First, I'm going to take a part of my blue paint and I am going to separate a section to start making my green. To get a more darker green, you would initially start out with blue and add amounts of yellow. While if you were wanting to have a more lighter green, you would start out with yellow and do vice versa. This method of adding one type of paint to the other is my preferred method because it gives me more control to determine how light or dark I want the shade of the color to be. As you see, when I keep adding more yellow paint, the green gradually becomes lighter. Now, if I were to make this darker, I would be adding portions of blue to the shade that I am making. As you can see, in this section, it is appearing a lot lighter than the other section of green paint that I have made. And this is because I'm continually adding yellow to make it lighter, while on the other side, I stopped after a certain point. Now, I'm going to be mixing 2 other primary colors, red and yellow, to get orange. Now I'm going to be displaying you another technique. This is where I have 2 piles of paint, in this case, red and yellow, and I am slowly mixing them together by putting them toward the middle. This is instead of adding your preferred color, red or yellow, to the other. This gives you a little less control, but it may give you a more standard shade of the color. The color that is made is more standard because you are adding equal parts and you are not adding more light or more dark. Now I'm going to be showing you red and blue mixed together to make purple. Now I'm employing the same strategy as earlier, where I took the 2 colors and I put them toward the middle to create a more basic form of the color. As you see, I have a very standard purple, but I can add blue to give it a more darker blue tone purple. Similarly, I can add red to it to give it a more red tone purple, and I can also add that to make it a little lighter. Now, I'm going to be moving on to show you how you can achieve different values with black and white. It's a common misconception that black and white are colors. Rather, they are values. To demonstrate this, I'm going to be using my preferred method, which is slowly adding one paint to another. I am going to be starting out with a white base and adding little touches of black This means I'm going to be having a lighter gray rather than a darker grade approaching black. Now, to make this light gray value a little darker, I'm going to be adding some black to it. And as you can see, the gray is gradually getting darker as I mix it together. Right now, I'm demonstrating a very general principle when mixing paints. If the color or value you have mixed is too dark, you can add the respective light color or value that you have mixed to lighten it up. And you can do the vice versa if it is too light. Now I will demonstrate to you what it looks like when you start out with a black base. Now I'm mixing the two values together. And as you can see, right off the bat, it is darker than when we started out with a white base. Even though it may be more efficient to start out with a darker value if you are wanting to achieve a darker value while mixing, you can start out with really any light or dark value and slowly add black or white, in this case, to create the desired value that you want. Finally, I'm going to show you how to lighten up a primary color. So I'm going to be starting out with my red, which is a primary red straight out of the bottle, but I want it to be lighter to create a more pink. That's why I'm going to be adding white to this. That's all you really need to do to lighten it, to make it a pink. Right now I've created a hot pink, but if you want to get a more pastel look to it, then just keep adding white until you get your desired shade. As you can see, I have continually added white, which has lightened this color. Finally, I have another example for you of this technique, but with another primary color, blue. Initially, I'm going to start with a white base and continue to add blue, but as I mentioned earlier, it does not matter entirely what you start out with, as long as you add more of your light value or color or more of your dark value or color to make your desired shade. Now, to get a more darker blue initially, I'm going to start out with my blue and add values of white until I get my desired shade. As you can see, initially these two shades are different. The one I'm creating now is more of an ocean blue, while the other is more of a baby blue. And I think that does it for today's video on how to mix paints. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Bye!